talked about an aggressive ball player, and you can see Roby coming in there.
He hit him with the right arm.
That's right. Rollinger had the ball. Roby was ready to drive him up in the stand.
That's the third foul on Roby, and his freshman replacement, Mike Phillips, is in. He weighs 245. Kentucky could actually start half the lineup of a Rose Bowl football game. They average 216 pounds in weight, a college basketball team.
I've never seen two freshmen complement each other as well as these two do. They can come right off the bench and come up with a good performance.
Mike Phillips has the rebound again. Connors driving, blocked by Rollinger. Rollinger batted it away.
Outstanding defensive play by Ralph Rollinger because he was working with Mike Phillips and still came over and made the block.
This game tied 25 all. Johnson to Jimmy Dan Connors. Phillips is fouled by Rollinger, who hooked him over the shoulder.
Very interesting to me to watch the Kentucky players adapt to their style of play depending on what center's in there. As soon as Phillips get into the game, they go into that low post offense and they get the ball to him very well.
Each team with over 6 fouls now. Mike Phillips at the line. Phillips of Manchester, Ohio, a freshman. Here's his bonus shot. Kentucky leading 26-25. That was his first point. 27-25. Kentucky hit 71% of their free throws this year and averaged 93 points a game.
Kentucky going to their 1-3-1 zone right now to offset that mismatch that they had the last time down the floor.
There's Washington out of the corner. This 1-3-1 zone has been very effective late in the season for Kentucky. McCarter nearly stole that pass. McCarter has that sixth sense of anticipation. Andre McCarter, number 45. Phillips with a fall-away shot. Goose Gibbons, jump shooting, short. Kentucky ball.
Goose Gibbons is the smallest frontline player out there right now, but he has unbelievable timing for a man who's just a freshman. He's a lot of savvy.
Way out is Connors. Rollinger slipped in and got the rebound. UCLA comes down court. They're 2 points behind. McCarter feeding Dave Myers. Another clever assist, and Myers crashed to the floor and hit his head.
This young man's quite a competitor, and he's had his share of problems physically in the last half of this season.
He's been banged up. Well, I'll tell you, he's had multiple leg injuries.
I'm sure that he's all right. Here's Andre McCarter making a beautiful bounce pass right over there, and Dave Myers is going to the hoop. You can count on it. He goes up right over the top of Kevin Greavy.
John Wooden is storming. John Wooden is out there. He is unhappy. He thinks a foul should have been called. The basket should have counted. The basket counts. That tied the game. And they call a foul on Myers. Kevin Greavy at the line. Myers is called for charging. There's the entire coaching staff that'll leave UCLA this year. We'll be talking about that later. Kevin Greavy puts Kentucky ahead 28-27. 15 points for Kevin Greavy, who has younger brothers coming up behind him.
It seems that the cream always rises to the top. In this particular case, the All-Americans having quite a first half.
29-27. Greavy is the high in this game, 16 points. He has scored well over half of Kentucky's points. Washington. Myers trying to retrieve. Lost it out of bounds. Kentucky's ball.
So far, that 1-3-1 defense has kept UCLA from getting into their normal offense. They'll have to slow things down a little bit and make an adjustment.
Greavy working against Richard Washington. 31-27. 18 points for Kevin Greavy. 37 has been his high this year. That was against Auburn. Last Saturday was his low. 1-3-1 zone they're trying to overload. Washington shot. And up for the follow went Washington. Lost the ball. And this zone right now, stepping out of bounds is Larry Johnson in the backcourt of Kentucky. Kentucky leading by 4. There's Joe Hall. This 1-3-1 zone is bothering UCLA. In fact, Billy, I think any team that sags on it makes them shoot outside bothers them.
It certainly does. They're not the best outside shooting team, and they are not getting into the pattern they like to use against the zone, so they're having a lot of problems right now.
Montana played a sagging man-to-man and nearly beat him. Greavy up. Phillips has it. Foul is on Rollinger.
You will see the play going up right there. Jack Gibbons once again with that timing, getting his hands on the ball over to Mike Phillips. There's the foul right there called on Ralph Rollinger. Kurt, down on the other end of the floor, UCLA is also having a problem matching up with Kentucky. Kentucky has 2 small forwards in the game, and that means that UCLA has a mismatch with one of their big men up front. Richard Washington now having to guard Greavy.
1-3-1. The point man out here is Larry Johnson. He's very quick moving around. Myers to Turgovich. 31-29, Kentucky. 6 points for Pete Turgovich. Given block shot by Myers. Foul on Richard Washington. Second foul on him.
There's a case for those 2 quick forwards again in the front line. If you're going to use David Myers on Gibbons, and here he goes up with a beautiful block, that puts Richard Washington so far away from the basket that he has to handle Kevin Greavy. Not a good situation for UCLA.
We have 6 minutes remaining. Jack Gibbons shooting 1-1. Bryan stationed high in Lexington. He was the high school player of the year in Kentucky last year. And Kentucky's made 9 out of 12 from the free throw line. UCLA just 2 out of 6. Rollinger picks off the rebound. 3 in a row for him under the board. Carter brings it down. 5:45 to go in the first half. Turgovich long shot. He's got it. He looks awkward shooting. And he gets him in there. 32-31. Kentucky. Long shot by Larry Johnson. Mike Phillips rebounding. His shot. Slapped out. It may be off the hands of Larry Johnson. And Larry Johnson keeps it. That was a bit of Houdini work. There goes Jack Gibbons driving. He's got it. One-handed shot.
We talked about fatigue, and that's the reason, of course, that Marcus Johnson's out of the game right now. They want to rest him as much as possible, but UCLA certainly needs another small forward in the game.
34-31 Kentucky. That's a hard pass to handle, that bounce pass with a lot of spin on it. Most coaches don't want you to throw it. That part got partially blocked by Myers. Here's McCarter coming down for UCLA, beating Turgovich. Bank shot, good. Turgovich getting hot. He has 10. Normally not a high score. He played his best in the clutch. Timeout Kentucky. And with a timeout. 4:36 to go in the first half. Kentucky 34, UCLA 33.
Someone a home in the valley, someone a house on a hill. Savings and loans lend the money to buy. They build your money as well. Put your money where it builds. Savings and loans. Put your money where it builds. America.
Oh, I see great wealth in your future.
You do?
I see much success with an innovative company.
No kidding.
I see tires. B.F. Goodrich Tires, a B.F. Goodrich dealership.
Mine?
Yes, yours. You'll be a respected businessman in your community, a leader.
The blimp. Do you see me riding in the Goodrich blimp?
Riding in what?
The blimp.
That'll be $5, Turkey.
B.F. Goodrich. We're the other guys. Remember?
This is our NBC handheld camera from the rafters of the San Diego Sports Arena. That's where the fans are, too. This place is a packed and jammed tonight. Next year's NCAA tournament will be played in the Spectrum in Philadelphia. I made a mistake last Saturday. I want to apologize to you fans. I said it would be at the Palestra. It's at the Spectrum. I don't want you to show up at the wrong place a year from now. Tickets will go on sale the 1st of April. NCAA tournaments, one of sports' great spectacles, are usually sold out months in advance. It'll be in Atlanta the year after that. There goes Mike Phillips with his hook shot. Richard Washington has the rebound. And UCLA comes down. They're trailing by 1 point. Kentucky has 29 rebounds. UCLA has 22. Ball slapped away. There goes Turgevich's shot. Goes in for him. UCLA leads 35-34.
It's amazing how Pete Turgevich wills the ball into the basket. He's a super competitor, as all these fellas are out here in the court tonight.
Turgevich has 12 points.
Kentucky wants to get that ball to Greavy. He hadn't touched it for a while, and you can see the last 2 times down the floor, they want to work against Richard Washington for Kevin Greavy.
Phillips. Traveling call on Mike Phillips. 3:40 to go in the first half. UCLA had the lead by 1 point. Kentucky's led most of the time. Washington out of the corner. He hits it.
Excellent place to attack the 1-3-1 zone. A big man from the corners, and when you can shoot like Washington, you get some good ones off from there.
He'll make the all-tournament team. He already has 14 points for a sophomore. 26 on Saturday. Greavy under pressure. Won't go for him. Johnson hit the floor. Washington picked up the loose ball. UCLA storming back. And no basket. They had a whistle on Turgevich's drive.
One of the things that can happen to you out
Larry
there.
Johnson foul, Billy.
Right, Larry Johnson from behind. One of the things can happen to a ball club, Kurt, when you feel you have a mismatch, and what Kentucky feels that Greavy can work on Washington. But when you concentrate on one player, the other fellas have a tendency to stand around and don't get in their normal movement. We'll probably see Joe Hall say, hey, fellas, let's get back in the game now and just play.
Mike Flynn has replaced Jimmy Dan Connor in the backcourt for Kentucky. Pete Turgevich. Kentucky's hit only UCLA's hit only 2 out of 7 free throws. Kentucky's out-rebounded UCLA. That's rare, but that's bigger tonight. There goes Greavy. Rollinger getting some big rebounds now for UCLA. Turgevich looking inside. Phillips stole the ball from him. Mike Flynn to Greavy. Rollinger again on the rebound. Ralph Rollinger grabbing some big rebounds.
UCLA doing a very smart thing here. They're slowing down the tempo of the game in the backcourt by using Andre McCarter to bring it up a little slower. Give themselves a little rest.
Foul underneath. Maybe on Greavy or Phillips. Phillips, 55. They were both in there. And here comes Jimmy Dan Connors checking, replacing Larry Johnson as the team captain.
Having watched Coach Wooden over the years, one of the great things about his coaching is the subtle way that he changes the pace of a ball game. He was running the ball up the court all the time early in the game. Now they're slowing it down, bringing it up with a little bit more patience. He has the ability to wave the magic wand to get these guys under control.
2 out of 8 free throws for UCLA. That could get you beat. McCarter up with the ball. With a man wide open, and he didn't see Turgevich. Turgevich shoots and hits it. 39-34. Andre McCarter has made some outstanding steals tonight. 14 points for Pete Turgevich, who averaged only 10 points a game all year. Goose Gibbons shooting over a screen. He's got it. 39-36, and the freshman has 8 points already.
Good play by Kentucky that time, taking away their one-on-one moves and getting back into the pattern. The game kind of got away from them offensively.
Wide open is Rollinger. Andre McCarter lobbed the pass into him. 41-37. McCarter playing a brilliant floor game. There's Phillips. He ran with the ball. He just took two running steps before he took his shot.
UCLA's tempo to the game right now is just beautiful to watch as they're coming down the floor and setting up every time.
Dave Myers, Turgovich.
You can see Andre is pulling the ball out. Now they're trying to go back against the man-to-man. They see that there's a change in the defense, setting up.
Here's the backdoor play to McCarter. Way off. He's not a very good outside shooter, but he's already had 10 assists in this game. He may threaten a record tonight. Connor short. Rollinger rebounding. He's a force under those boards now. McCarter said, let's set it up. Inside to Washington, slapped away, UCLA ball. Here's the third big center for Kentucky. And he is also a freshman, Danny Hall. He is 6'10". They have three freshmen, 6'10" or better on the Kentucky squad.
I watched Ralph Drollinger come down the court that time. He's absolutely exhausted out there right now.
Jimmy Dan Connor makes it 41-38, UCLA.
UCLA might be able to have a timeout right here to slow things down even more. They're very tired at this point, Kurt. Only 23 seconds to go in the half.
McCarter feeding Myers. Foul on Mike Flynn. 18 seconds remaining. Andre McCarter. You know the odd thing to me, Billy, about McCarter, he's the best free throw shooter on their team. He's hit 76%, yet he hits only 36% from the field.
I think one of the reasons for that, Kurt, is the fact that he doesn't look for his shot. He gets the ball to the other players. The shots that he takes usually are secondary in his mind. And when you do that, sometimes you're maybe not taking the best shot selection and maybe not getting the best shot for yourself.
He's from Overbrook High, Philadelphia, where Wilt Chamberlain and Walt Hazzard went to high school. 43-38 UCLA. We're in the last 14 seconds of the half. Gibbons underneath. Good pass to Jimmy Dan Connors. Jack Gibbons plays like a senior. 4 seconds. 3. McCarter shot. Oh, look at that. There's the gun ending the half. An excellent first half between two of college basketball's illustrious teams over the years. The halftime score right in front of you. Kurt Gowdy and Billy Packer saying at the end of the first half, UCLA leads Kentucky by a score of 43-40.